everybody, thanks for joining. My name is Julie Dorley and I am a presenter with Younique, and I just wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about network marketing, what it is, what it isn't, and how to succeed. Really, more on that is really why people don't succeed and then how you can do it differently. So first thing, network marketing, part of the thing is that people are just super confused about it. They don't understand it. They don't really get it. And that's okay, because it's just that they haven't had any awareness or education about what that means. And that's all right. Network marketing can be known as a lot of different things. People talk about it in different ways, and pretty much they're all the same. You can hear about it as network marketing, you can hear it as multi-level marketing, you can hear it as direct sales, you can hear it as direct marketing. Like, all of those things are exactly the same. What it means is that instead of going to a store to buy something, you are just going to directly purchase it from somebody that you come in contact with, either a friend or an associate, a coworker. There's lots of different ways, and these are usually done as it's a business that most people start out as doing part-time and just make some extra income and then grow from there. So what it is not a pyramid scheme. I know that sounds really crazy for people. Like, a lot of people are like, oh my God, like, I can't believe you're doing that. That's a pyramid scheme. First thing, pyramid schemes are illegal. So I represent a company called Younique, and we are in 13 different markets. We have over 1 million presenters worldwide. So clearly we could not be in the US and Canada and Australia and New Zealand and Mexico and Germany and France and Spain and Hong Kong and Italy and Ireland and Portugal and the UK and be illegal. Right there. That, you know, there's lots and lots and lots of companies out there, but just because it's direct sales does not mean that it is a pyramid scheme. People go to that because they don't understand how things work. Secondly, when you have a pyramid scheme, which I did say is illegal, and this is not, is that obvious pyramid. So there's one person up at the top, and the whole goal is to recruit a bunch of people, and you're going to make money off of them joining as recruits. That's the whole point. There's usually not a product. If there is a product, it's not high quality. It's not something that people are really going to buy. It's all about sales, like just the recruiting aspect. And oh, if you recruit 20, then you'll make this. Like, that is illegal. Like, that's it. But that is not what network marketing is. Network marketing requires there to actually be a product and there to be more than just the, like, paying, like, recruits getting in and then paying to have other recruits come in. So why is it different than a regular business? First, you sell products. So I sell cosmetics and skincare, but there's so many other direct marketing companies. Like, I was blown away at some of the things that I have found out about. Like, you can buy books, you can buy supplements, you can buy essential oils, you can buy financial services, you can buy jewelry, you can buy sex toys. Like, really, if you want to have an opportunity to sell something in a direct marketing kind of way, you probably can. So, you know, if cosmetics and skincare aren't your thing and you want to have a career in direct marketing or network marketing, like, then just find a company out there that supports your what you want to participate in and has an involvement that is something that you want to be involved in. Lots and lots of options. So aside from selling, because obviously, there's a product that is being sold, the bigger part and the more exciting part and the part that I love is building and developing leaders. So the goal is to train and develop people to lead their own teams and to duplicate the process. And so when I get a promotion, it's not based on just me and my individual work, but the work of my whole team. And one of the great things is that anybody on my team has the opportunity to surpass me. And if they do surpass me, that's awesome, because that means I've trained them well. I've trained them to do exactly what they're supposed to do. Is your boss ever going to say that? Speaking of bosses, let's talk about your job. So if your job experience has been anything like mine has, you probably got to a point where you were stuck and you couldn't advance. Your choices were you could either quit your job entirely and go to another company, or you'd have to look for another position, hopefully to get promoted to something else. Now, you usually can't just stay doing what you're doing, but advance. That's just not how the corporate world works. There might be a manager position or something, but, maybe you don't want to be a manager. Maybe that's not something that appeals to you. Or if you're doing the manager work, then you're not doing the stuff that you actually love that's in your current position. Secondly, if you were lucky enough to get a pay raise, which a lot of people aren't, but if you are, typically it's a cost of living adjustment. It's not an actual raise. You never are going to make more than your boss. You never have the opportunity to make more than your boss unless you go for a different position and you can move within the company. Or, like I said, leave entirely. Usually, working extra hard rewards you with more work. It doesn't reward you with the benefits that you would hope for. So, sure, yeah, you get benefits. Everybody says, well, why would you want to start your own business? You don't get benefits. You do get benefits of your job, but you get them at a cost. And you really have to realize that there is a cost for those. You get paid vacation days, but you're too busy to take them. And then you have to ask your boss if you actually can. Well, can I please take a week off? I know I've got 6 weeks in my bank, but, and your boss makes the decision as to whether or not you can take that time. You have the benefit, but you have no flexibility. You have health insurance, which is great. That's typically provided by a company. You're going to need it because guess what? Your stress level is probably going to be sky high, and there's a lot of stress-induced illness that can occur in the corporate world. So you get it that way too. So just think, if you could pay for your own benefits and not have restrictions placed on you that your job does, wouldn't that be worth it? Now, really, think about your boss. Think about the company that you work at if you're in the corporate world. My guess is there's probably a CEO up at the top, and nobody makes more than that guy. And let's just face it, it's probably a guy. So, doesn't that sound like a pyramid scheme? I don't know, sounds kind of pyramid-y to me. What can I say? Anyhow, let's move on and talk about what is really near and dear to my heart, especially today. So I am in Massachusetts. Today is Marathon Monday. The Boston Marathon is running. And so I'm actually going to tie this to marathon stuff. So the next segment we're going to talk about is why people don't succeed at network marketing. Are you ready? Truth here, truth bomb. It's hard. It's really hard. It's not difficult, but it's not easy. Let me say that again. It's not difficult, but it's not easy. people will like whine and complain and make posts about how they didn't make any money with a reputable company, even though, like they thought that they could just go into network marketing and suddenly all this money was going to fall in their lap. Well, guess what? It didn't work because you didn't work. That's how it goes. I mean, because as like people who are in network marketing, if they're telling you that it's not work, they're lying to you, like flat out lying to you, because it is work. So let's talk about this in a different way, in relation to a marathon. So only 1% of the population has ever run a marathon. 1%. That's not a lot of people. You want to know why? Because it's hard. It's hard. It takes a lot of commitment. Obviously, there's the physical aspects of getting your body in shape to do it. You have to train at least 4 or 5 days a week, which means you have to go and run, even if you're tired, even if you're sore, even if it's pouring rain, even if you don't want to. If you're going to hit that goal of running that marathon on the date that you are committing to, you have to do the training. You can't skip it. Like, you can't just say, oh, you know what, 6 months from now I'm going to run a marathon, and then sit on your butt and do nothing and then expect that you're going to do it. You might be able to pull your marathon off, but guess what? It's going to be really bad, really painful, really, you won't finish before they close, because let me tell you, I've walked a marathon, and it takes a really, 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 really long time. I don't recommend it. What else? It takes time. Like, if you're just starting out, it will take you 26 weeks, half a year, just to train to get you ready, especially if you're just going right from your couch. So, some runs are short and some runs are, only 30 minutes, but others are for miles. And if you're slow, like I am, then that could take over 4 hours. Like, that's a lot of time. You have to make sacrifices, like, in lots and lots of ways. If you're going to run a marathon, you have to accept that you will miss some things, and your family might not understand that. If you're committed to running a marathon, your training has to be a priority. You have to choose to do it for you. For you, not for anybody else. If you're doing it for anybody else, you're never going to do it, period. Like, that is it. So there's a financial cost. Running is the cheapest thing, the cheapest exercise hobby, like, thing that you can do, because it's like, it doesn't matter where you are. You could do it anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're traveling. You can run, God, you could run on a treadmill if you had to. Like, yes, that's a gym cost as well. But for the most part, running is really, really cheap. Like, cheap. So what do you need? Like, there is a financial expenditure that goes with running. You need a really good pair of shoes. If you're wearing crap shoes, you're just asking to injure yourself. So you really need a good pair of shoes. If you are a woman, you need a really good running bra. I won't lie to you. It is true. You need a really good running bra. Those two things right there are going to cost you like close to $300. Yeah, at least 2, maybe 3. Then you need your water bottles. You need your goo. You need, you might want an Apple Watch or a GPS thing to track your miles. Like, there's all sorts of things that you might do to help make your run better, but you need the basics. You need good shoes, good socks. Good socks are extremely important. And as a woman, a good bra. The rest of it you could probably get away with not doing and going on the cheap side. But there is a financial cost. What else? This is the big one. Are you ready? It takes constant motivating. Constant motivation of yourself. You constantly have to say to yourself, keep going, just keep going, keep going. You can do it. You can do it. Don't quit. Don't quit. You can do it. Just get to the next tree. Just get to that stoplight. Just keep going. And, you can walk in 30 feet. Then when you get to 30 feet, you assess again. Can I keep going? Can I keep going? Am I going to quit? Am I going to quit? You can quit at any time. Like, nobody's, unless there's some crazy thing I don't know about, nobody's holding a gun to your head saying you need to run this marathon. But it's a commitment you've made to yourself. And in order to do that, in order to reach that, you have to commit to yourself to do the training and to just keep going. And it's hard. It's hard to keep going. And, if you have a teammate, if you have a running mate who's helping to push you along, it's so much easier than doing it by yourself. If you have a running club that helps motivate you to show up, obviously that's going to help as well. But you still have to show up. You still have to make the decision that yes, you are going to show up and you are going to keep going and you are going to keep pushing and you are going to put one foot in front of the other and not give up. You have to expect failure. Like, there are going to be some days, no matter how much you slept, no matter how well you ate, like, you are going to have some really crappy runs. That's just how it is. Like, not every run is going to be awesome. It might be absolutely beautiful outside. And you could just be like, oh my God, this is the worst run of my life. I can't believe how bad this is. You might get diarrhea. You might be dehydrated. Who knows? Like, there are a bazillion things that will make it so that your run will suck. And some runs will suck. But you just power through and you show up the next day and do it again. Like I said, it's hard. Running a marathon is hard. Training for a marathon is hard. All of it's hard. 50% of runners have never even tried to run a full marathon because it's hard. And these are the people who actually run. Like, not the people who, just decide, okay, I want to run a marathon, and then they start training to do it. Like, it's hard. I won't lie, it's hard. Guess what? It's the exact same in network marketing. Exactly the same. If you want to achieve the success in this business, you have to treat it like marathon training. You have to commit to the time. You have to commit to the energy. You have to commit to missing out on some things. You have to commit to the financial cost. My business is $199. Like, you might pay that in a good pair of running shoes and a bra, but, like, that's what it takes. You have to make those commitments. Most importantly, you have to commit to pushing yourself. You have to push yourself to keep going even when it's hard. It's super easy to make pretty makeup posts and, hey, check out this eyeshadow. But there's plenty of aspects of network marketing. It's like the getting out there and talking to people and like asking if they are interested in being on your team. Like, those things are really, really hard and not difficult. Like I said, not at all difficult, but not easy. Why? Because we worry about failing. The people who keep going are the ones who succeed. This business is not for everyone. Honestly, most people won't want to work this hard. They won't. They won't, which is why 1% of people ever run a marathon. Well, guess what? Percentage is the same in network marketing for extreme success. Success in network marketing doesn't care about your age, your gender, your race, your orientation, your ethnicity, your education, your upbringing. It only cares if you do the work, because it's work. Let me give you some truth. So here's my story. I had never run before, but when I turned 40, I decided I was going to run an actual marathon. Guess what? I didn't do it the first time. I didn't make it that year. I almost completed the second time. I made it all the way through my training, but I didn't get to complete the race. Now, despite not completing, I was so incredibly proud of myself for my own accomplishments and for being able to help push my running mate to accomplish her goal. If you're ready to commit to running your own marathon, whether it be an actual one or a network marketing one, then spend the $199 to get yourself started. Let's lace up your shoes and let's start running. Let's start running. Thanks for watching.